Mojo magazine has made this their number one album for 2010.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were when you got the call and the impact it had on you just at that moment?
Um, I'm pretty sure I was in Berlin, lying on the couch playing a video game.
Really?
Yeah,
That's odd.
yeah, and because whenever I'm not touring these days, I just want to lie around and watch videos or
In Berlin.
yeah, in Berlin. Well, that's my home base
Oh,
right
really?
now. Yeah, um, I I've been speaking languages for many many years. I speak German, Russian, Spanish,
Right.
French, and sort of wanted to be in a place where I could um, there's a lot of Russians in Berlin too.
Right.
And
Right.
so I'll be able to, keep both of those, the German and the Russian, because those are my two strongest languages, and I sort of want to be able to do that.
English is pretty good too.
It's all right, yeah. But it's funny, I went to school in Germany, and my German vocabulary was definitely better than my English vocabulary because I was never really educated in the States.
Right.
And so I received my education in German, and it was funny because my British teacher in Germany, because you had to do translation from English to German and German to English, and then German to Russian, Russian to German,
Holy.
because German was the language, was
Right.
your mother tongue basically. And my British teachers told me that my English sucked and that I needed to really work on it.
But
So that's funny, but because you would think I would be good at English, but
yeah,
it took me a long time to bring my English vocabulary up to where my other languages were.
is there an opportunity for you to? Can you write in German? Could you write music in German or in Russian?
Yes, but I don't know if I want to in German. I mean,
It's a harsh language.
German is yeah. I mean, I can imagine if I had a great screamy voice like Frank Black or
Yeah.
Nina Hagen,
Yeah.
which I love those voices, and I think that's an amazing talent to be
Yeah.
able to scream like that. I would definitely probably write songs in German, but I think I'll probably write something in Russian first, because Russian sounds
Yeah.
beautiful and sexy.
Yeah.
But German is a little bit, that's a tough nut to crack.
Let's
Yeah,
go back to the couch in Germany and sitting on the couch. So you get the call, hello,
yeah, yeah,
and we've selected you for
yeah.
Record of the Year.
Yeah.
You've read Mojo.
Well, I mean, I consider it to be probably, I guess I consider it to be the best music magazine that there is.
Right.
And so for me, it was huge, and I just sort of felt like, wow, your life isn't the way that it was a year ago anymore. I mean, this is ridiculous. Because I was freaked out when I got Album of the Month in Mojo.
Right.
That was huge, and I thought, well, this is. But then to actually have the Album of the Year, I mean, I felt like, I felt really, really happy.
Numb some of the pain, you think?
Um, that's a tough question because I'm the kind of guy that I don't allow any of my achievements to affect how I feel about myself because I feel like, do you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Like the fact that I got Album of the Year in Mojo, like I still can't use that to think of myself as more of a person or a better person because it's like everybody's got these amazing talents and things are going well for you right now, but the stuff, it doesn't make me feel better about my ability to.
But in some way, you're accepted, right? And I mean, and at a certain point,
Yeah,
all of that suppression was
yeah,
about being accepted.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, you're accepted by
yeah,
arguably the greatest rock and roll magazine on the planet.
yeah,
And you're a musician. I mean,
yeah.
that's got to feel.
It does make me feel like I'm part of the club a little
Yeah.
bit more. Like I can be considered a musician now. People talk to me because people always ask me about Rufus Wainwright and
Right.
some of the other performers and stuff, and I've never considered them to be my peers. You
Hmm.
know, and even when I got the Mojo thing, the album of the year, my first thoughts because of who I am is, well, they felt sorry for me,
Wow.
so they decided to.
You're
There's
too
this.
hard on yourself, John.
Well, yeah, that's all I ever hear. But I feel like, yeah, that's it's been a struggle for me to stop being so hard on myself.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it.
Yeah. You're touring the record. You said you've toured up until now. I guess before April, even before the record came out, you'll continue touring through the rest of the new year. And then is there a plan to? There's a plan to make an electronic record, right? And then there's a plan to get back in the studio with Midlake
Yeah.
to do a follow up.
hmm I'm gonna be in Europe again. Well, I'm gonna go to Sweden for uh, uh, January and February,
Wow.
and make this record with this guy named Clear Up. Have you heard
Yeah,
of him?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big hit with Robin. It was called
Right.
With Every Heartbeat, and he had it on his record, but then they put it on her record, and it
And then
became
it
this
blew up.
huge hit. Yeah, and he just got he just was named one of the top 20 producers in the world, like along with Dave Sitek from TV on the Radio,
Right.
in Enemy magazine. So things are going well for him too, and we met DJing together one night in Stockholm, and just really hit it off. You know, we were playing all sorts of electro and
You're an eclectic
crazy
dude,
stuff.
John.
Well, I suppose that's true to some extent. I do like having a lot of different things to draw from.
Yeah.
You know, it's
What,
nice.
what are you listening to? I mean, you live in Berlin, or you hang
Mhm.
out in Berlin, and
Mhm.
you're in Sweden and DJing,
Yeah.
and you have all these crazy friends. What are you listening to when you aren't making your own music?
There's been a couple albums that I have been listening to a lot. The School of Seven Bells record,
Yeah.
Disconnect from Desire. I've been listening to that nonstop since it came out. And actually, that's not true. It took me a while to get into it, but once I got into it, I couldn't stop listening to it. And then there's another Belly Union band called Our Broken Garden,
I've heard of them.
and they're from Denmark.
Wow.
So that's, you know, a big plus for me.
Yeah.
You know, but they made an album. Simon sent it to me, and you know, I was like, it's sort of hard to get me to listen to stuff.
Right.
I mean, I don't do it.
Right.
You know, even if he sent me this thing and he was like, you really need to check this out, and I was like, yeah, you know. But I listened to it that afternoon for some reason, and it was amazing. And I've been listening to that.
I
So
need to get on Simon's mailing list.
yeah, you do. And then Jimmy Edgar, I've been listening to him a lot. He's this electro dude from Detroit, and he lives in Berlin now.
Wow.
And I've been really into his stuff for a while, and then recently I reached out to him and said, hey, I'm a big fan of yours, and I really would like to have you help me move in this direction, because I want to make an album, you know, and I was hoping that maybe we could, you know, and he was like, well, I don't really, you know, I don't usually, you know, I don't work with people unless I feel like, you know, there's really some sort of, you know, A, I have to really be into the music, B, we have to click, you know, and it was one of those things,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But then he had some weird sign that told him that that he definitely needed to work with me. And then he and I met, and we became friends, and
Wow.
he's an amazing photographer too.
Wow.
And so it looks like I'm going to make a record with him too.
Cool.
And so he was one of my sort of electro heroes, you know, and now get to make a record with him. So I'm really excited about that.
John, I know you don't like people telling you this probably, or you don't feel that it's important, but continued success, man, and not
Thank you.
not just the accolades, but personally as well. And,
Oh, thank you.
And keeping it on the straight and narrow and sobriety and stuff.
Mm.
That's important stuff. man.
Yeah, it's very important.
So
I just don't want to wait tables anymore, you know.
I don't think you'll have
So,
to.
I hope so.
I get that
hope
impression
not.
that you won't have to
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, I hope not.
Congratulations.
Thank
and,
you
and
very
good
much.
luck with the rest.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Explore Music wears English Laundry apparel.